Boot it up, don't crash today. Wi-Fi's moody, that's okay. Coffee's loading, brain's still light. Callie's locked in, Techie's tagged. We're logging in with Callie and Techie. Callie bringing kosher. Techie talks Techie. Stories, culture, updates too. It's logging in, brought to you. System ready, slightly unstable. You're logging in for fault, boredom not found. You're logging in, best show around.
And here we go. We're ready for another episode. We're logging in.
Ready for another episode. Logging in.
I know, right? For a second, I thought there was like a little bit of an echo. I couldn't tell what was going on there. Maybe there's some buffering on the login.
No. It's just been one heck of a week, and we're only on Tuesday.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right, let's get ourselves started.
Man.
Let's get going. I wanted to talk about the Mr. Beast treasure hunt that we talked about before that was released during the Super Bowl.
Okay, what's the update with that?
So we've now reached stage number 2. Apparently, it is a multi-stage hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So stage number 2, what does that entail?
We don't know. But so far, people have
okay.
been tracking down 51 different locations all over the world by figuring out all these rebus puzzles, etc., and it's just been a general journey. But the new stage number 2 is introducing beast.travel, BEAST.TRAVEL, and when you go on there, it's got more puzzles. So
oh wow!
At some point, and basically it was saying trips by car, trips by horse, trips by plane. At some point, someone's going to be winning $1 million, while everybody else is enjoying the entire storyline that's taking place.
Yeah, because the key words for me are at some point, because this is going way beyond the Super Bowl now.
Yep, it is being predicted to go to March now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the other thing that was revealed is that the people that are putting on this with Mr. Beast is Loan Shark Games.
Oh.
And I assume you know nothing about Loan Shark Games.
I don't.
Just the best way to put it is Loan Shark Games, people in that company are very famous for writing the textbook for how to build puzzles like what we are experiencing with this type of game.
And all of this is for $1 million.
All of this is for $1 million. Now, people
and the other guy that had a... Wait, the other guy, didn't he have a... I forgot who it was. He had a campaign of sorts going too, but that was for a home, right?
Yes. But that one isn't going as long as this one.
Oh, okay. Is it still going on though?
Let me take a quick look and see if anyone has a house
Did anybody win a home?
I don't think people care. I think Mr. Beast took all the wind out of everything having to do it. But let me just see. Redfin $1 million house, is there a winner? I don't believe so. Because otherwise we would see it. But no, I don't see any information yet. Just ask AI, has anyone won? Has anyone won? Let's see. Oh, it has been located by a participant.
Oh,
it was found
okay.
shortly after the 48-hour challenge following the big game. It has been
Oh,
found. Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's
Uh,
just Mr. Beast.
now it's all the excitement's on Mr. Beast. So basically, Redfin wasted $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Why you say waste if somebody won?
because Redfin's contest is all over.
Yeah, but the point was for somebody to win, right?
Right. But the point of
But you're
Mr.
saying
Beast is not for somebody to win, but to put on a good show.
oh, okay. Okay.
Mr.
It's the
Beast has now
longevity. It's the
extended
longevity.
the Super Bowl commercial past the Super Bowl. We are talking about
Yes, he
Mr.
has.
Beast. I didn't even think about Redfin. It didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. 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 Well, they wasted their money and Amazon wasted their money on the unsaid documentary, $40 million down the drain. But, that's
Yeah.
another story.
Yeah.
I guess it happens. So I guess we're going to have to keep in touch or keep up to date with what's going on with this contest since it's going to last through March.
Yeah. I mean, the Rainbolt thing, we're going to have to see what Rainbolt does as far as explaining how the puzzle gets solved. But Redfin they were not prepared for Mr. Beast to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just, I don't know. Like, that just, it feels like, again, that the Beast puzzle is going into a totally different direction than anybody ever expected.
Well, sometimes that happens when you give, if you give it time and there's a little bit of freedom, it gives room, for things to go in a totally different direction than expected,
Yep. So I'm going to give you the book that people are studying because
people are studying the book. Okay.
Right. Because this book is written by the guys that are making the game for Mr. Beast. And it's called Puzzle Craft: How to Make Every Kind of Puzzle.
Oh, wow.
It's a
How
book
long is
that
the book?
I don't know, but it says the book teaches you how to make every kind of puzzle 7 years after its initial publication, revised and expanded, containing over 100 sections of step-by-step instructions on how to make individual puzzle types with accompanying puzzles. This includes crossword, Sudoku, and other things like escape rooms, interactive fiction, puzzle rallies, bonanzas, variety cryptic crosswords, Japanese logic puzzles, video game puzzles. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're going to have to, so people are going to be studying these puzzles between now and March.
Well, they're studying it now because they want
Yeah.
to know how this guy is thinking. So, again, if you can fully understand the people that are making this puzzle, then you might be able to gain a better understanding of what they're doing with this Beast puzzle.
I don't know. Good luck, because that's a lot of different puzzles. And do they know which puzzles to study, or they're just studying random puzzles?
Everything. They're studying
wow.
everything.
Okay.
No, like there's whole communities.
Okay.
And again, only one person's going to win the $1 million.
Right.
But there's a whole group of people that don't care about winning the $1 million. They're now invested in the game.
They just want to play the game.
They just want to see what's the next part of this game.
Yeah. So people are just having fun with it, not necessarily focused on the money.
Some are focused on the money. Some are just focused on the fact of just like, oh, this is cool. Beast just did a puzzle with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, okay.
Because like one of the puzzles was the birthplace of Jimmy Fallon. You had to figure out that. Yeah, no, it's been interesting. Let's just say that, if that makes any sense. Meanwhile, you've got you were mentioning Amazon. Amazon is in a lot of trouble, especially with their Ring system.
Yeah, what's
because
going
of
on
that.
with that and the whole Super Bowl thing?
Yep. So there's a company out there that's called Flock, which I've just learned
Uh-huh.
about, and everybody's talking about now, thanks to Amazon making us aware of it. But Flock
Okay.
Safety is a public safety technology system which allows video surveillance, essentially, of every license plate. It's a whole crazy thing that the police use. Now,
Okay.
yeah. So what's
Hmm.
interesting with the flock safety, there is someone that actually did a information act, the Freedom of Information Act for all the people that are using the flock system.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, some of the places that they did that for shut down their particular systems.
Willingly?
Because
Voluntarily?
yes, so the thing is this is an article from November 12th, 2025, and a Washington court
Okay.
ruled that data that's captured on the flock safety cameras are considered public record.
Okay.
So as a result, that means that anyone that tries to reject the attempt for a public citizen to access the data that's on a flock safety camera, even though it's containing people's license plates and you can see pictures inside of people's cars and who knows what is going on with these things.
Mm.
Essentially, yeah, because privacy activists are freaking out about this. The fact
Yeah.
that the same company that had a problem November 12th, 2025 with this Freedom of Information Act where someone's like, this isn't right, and that
Mm-hmm.
they were going to partner with Amazon Ring to go and to use the flock safety system with Amazon Ring systems to go in to locate dogs.
What?
Well, that was the commercial,
S-
remember?
So, but they would be able to access sort of like the same information with the Ring camera as like license plate, but they would be able to access information about somebody's home.
Right, but essentially when they put out the commercial, they were saying if there's a lost dog, we can use our Ring systems to go in to help find that lost dog. So the problem is Amazon got a lot of backlash to the point where Amazon just announced that they're canceling their flock safety setup that they had, which they made the commercial for with the dogs because they've got such backlash from that commercial. They probably would have been better
Mm.
off not putting that commercial out and letting people know what was going on with the Ring camera.
Yeah.
Because they thought they
Yeah.
had something special of like people are always saying they lose their pets. We have a solution. Instead, people saw
Yeah.
that as, oh, here is a way that you can track anybody.
Right. Right.
And now there's
And
there's a public safety question involved in that.
mm,
Go
and
ahead.
who's to say? Because we just talked about how, things can, you know, take on a life of its own, or it can go, in a way that you didn't expect. And, some people might look at it like, oh, yeah, that's the Trojan horse. You said it was the dog, lost pets, but then it turns into a whole bunch of other stuff, that we're
Yep.
hearing about, your cars are tracking you. Your cars is pulling data from your phone. Your car is this, your car is that, when, you're just trying to use your phone for, um, Apple or YouTube or, whatever you're trying to use your phone for when you get in your car and you connect it. But then you find out that there's all these additional things that are happening behind the scenes. So it always seems to start off, hey, here's this new invention and look how convenient it is. And then in the background, there's 50,000 other things that are going on. So,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess when they put the commercial out, I guess they figured, oh, that we're going to do this and we're going to be upfront or transparent, because you said maybe they might have been better not to put it out, but transparency. Oh, well, let's go ahead and put this out because we don't want to, hide anything. And I want to pivot really quick about transparency.
Go for it.
Because I want to jump into the recent updates with these Epstein files with Attorney General Pam Bondi, saying that she released all of the Jeffrey Epstein files according to the Epstein Transparency Act. I didn't even know it was an act, but apparently it is. And included in the disclosure was roughly about like 300 people and 300 names that we don't know how they are associated with Epstein. I mean, it was random names, people that just appear out of nowhere. They had Elvis Presley in there, Princess Diana, Marilyn Monroe, Kurt Cobain. They had the singer Janis Joplin in the Epstein files. She died in 1970. Epstein was a teenager. So what you know what I mean? So it's really an attempt to muddy the waters, because they're saying, okay, release the files. And so they just release all of them with all of these names, knowing it's going to be harder to try to comb through and see what connection these people had to Epstein, if any at all, and that's really, the issue. So is it transparency? No, it's just messy. And just adding to the context of, trying to hide and protect. And, both sides are pushing back, not just the Democrats, Republicans are pushing back too, so it's like transparency. Yeah, that's one thing, but look at the context. That's something different, so it just puts I'd say people, the people that are concerned about it, back where they were before she even released these so-called Epstein files under the Epstein Transparency Act. It's just bogus, really. More bogus information.
So I got something for you even crazier about Epstein.
What's that?
There is a Pokemon angle with Epstein.
Oh, good gracious. What do you mean? What?
Do you remember the game Pokemon Go?
Yes.
So the way that it worked is that you ended up having to find what's called Pokestops.
Uh-huh.
And when you went to a Pokestop, you could go and you could get all kinds of extra items.
Yeah.
What if I told you that it has been discovered that there is a Pokestop on Epstein Island?
Are you serious?
Which means anybody that played Pokemon Go on Epstein Island and used that Pokestop now has proof that they were there.
Where is this information at? Under a rock? I haven't heard anything about it.
This is why I'm talking about it. And as a result, Niantic, who is in charge of Pokemon Go, removed the Pokestop once they realized that people were talking about it.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
There's now a heavy request that they're hoping that when they remove the Pokestop, they did not remove the data that was attached to that Pokestop.
Wow.
Because that and there is proof that Epstein himself supposedly encouraged people to play Pokemon Go on the island.
I wouldn't be surprised. As popular as it was, I would not be surprised just to add to another level of entertainment,
Yep.
And who knows what the prizes were on that island.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So to make things even more fun, there are some people that essentially used a hack to be able to go and to change their geo fence so that they could visit various islands and get more exotic Pokemon and all these other things, which means that anybody that was cheating in Pokemon Go and managed to put themselves on Epstein Island now has a lot of explaining to do of, were you on the island or were you cheating, and thus you deserve a permanent ban from Pokemon Go for not playing ethically.
Oh, so either way, it could be a lose-lose, not a win-win.
It's 100% lose-lose.
Because either way, you have to give an explanation.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So essentially the Pokestop was a sun clock.
Was it what clock?
A sun clock.
What do you mean? What is that? What's a sun clock?
It's a clock that's on the ground, and the sun hits it and it tells you what time it is.
Oh. Wow, they are really hiding that. I have not heard anything about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wow.
You need to look up Epstein
You
Island
know I am.
and Pokemon Go.
You know I am.
And
I'm definitely going to look it up.
the fact that the nerds came up with this.
Oh my goodness gracious. That lets you know how far and wide that game actually, or that challenge actually, how far it went and how far it expanded. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I just wanted to add that 2 cents there. If we're talking about Epstein. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to bring up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna definitely look into that because I want to know, and I'm gonna keep up with it too. See how far they get in trying to bury that situation. Looks like our government is in another shutdown, partially anyway.
Yeah, explain that one. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, so there's a partial government shutdown with the Department of Homeland Security. Their funding has been paused. Okay. And this is in regards to the standoff. It's a standoff going on in regards to the oversight of the federal immigration officers. So Democrats, they want to see ID requirements. They want to see body cams. They want to see judicial warrants. And the administration says that could put the agents at risk, because then you can dox them and things like that. But the argument is that every other party that is working for the government, as far as law enforcement, FBI, whatever, Alphabet Boys, whatever, they have the badges, they have the body cams. You know who you're speaking to. In this case, we don't know who we're talking to. But again, their argument is that because of what they're doing, they could be put in danger as well. So I guess they consider what they're doing more dangerous than what, a police officer or somebody else may be doing. So therefore they have to hide their identity. But still, 90 but still what's happening as a result, because Democrats are not giving in, they want it. And the Republicans are saying no. So now there's a shutdown with DHS, Department of Homeland Security, because that's what associated with immigration. So 90% of employees, they're working without pay. That's people at the airport, the TSA, things of that nature. They're not getting paid, and they're talking about holding out until February 3rd. I'm sorry, February 23rd. February 23rd. So I don't know that much is going to change by, the 23rd. What is that? About 5 or 6 days from now?
Yeah, probably.
How much is going to change, I haven't heard anything as far as, okay, well, we'll meet you halfway, we'll do the body cams or we'll do the ID. No. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but yeah, that's what's going on as far as a partial shutdown. It's over over ice, basically, in a nutshell. Yeah. Yeah. What else is going on in tech?
Well, we have Meta, who basically parent company of Facebook. They patented an AI that will post after you pass away.
Yeah. What? Okay. Now what? Post after you pass away.
Yeah.
For what? Who's posting? Like what?
I don't know.
Who's... For the purpose of what?
I don't know. But they were granted a patent that allows AI to train a bot to keep post-mortem accounts alive and active. However, Meta claims they have no plans to move forward with the technology. Supposedly.
Interesting. Yeah, I just don't, I'm imagining, I pass away or a family member, friends, whomever pass away, and keep the account alive. it's like keeping the person, their memory alive by posting. And it's like, what are you posting? AI, what are you deciding to post on behalf of that person who's no longer here? Where are you pulling the information? What are you pulling? Pictures? You pulling quotes? Oh my gosh.
They're saying
Yowza.
essentially it would allow for them to use historical platform activity, such as comments, likes, to understand how you would, or you, in this case, did post. So as a result, an influencer who makes their livelihood on Facebook, Instagram, etc., after they pass away, it would technically allow the estate to continue using the platform, or it could allow someone who is on the verge of burnout to have the AI trained well enough so that way they could turn on this tool and basically allow the social media to simulate their activity while they take a vacation, even though it's not them.
Even though the world or whomever would know that they've passed away, but we still want to see their post daily. So while an actual living person goes on vacation, we can still depend on AI to post in their absence.
Yeah.
In their absence and the persons who passed away absence. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people online are already calling these ghost bots, death bots, grief technology. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something else that came up in the news about I don't know is Obama talking about aliens.
What?
He was recently interviewed on a podcast. Darn it, I forgot to grab the name of the podcast. Brian Collier? No, don't let me say his name wrong. But anywho, he was interviewed on his podcast. And during the podcast, when he was asked if aliens are real, he said they're real, but he hadn't seen them. He hasn't seen them. And he said there is no underground conspiracy hiding extraterrestrials from the president. But, you know, from that, of course, everybody started talking about it. It sort of went viral. And he explained, you know, statistically, given the vast size of the universe, the odds of life existing somewhere else is strong. He said, but there's no evidence that these extraterrestrials have visited Earth. He saw none during his presidency. But, you know, he also previously talked about, you know, unexplained phenomena when it comes to investigations with, you know, aliens and aerial and things that, you know, other life outside of human life. But yeah, so he believes that they exist, but he did say that there is no evidence. But, you know, it's starting the conversation, you know, of, you know, some years ago, I don't know if it was during the pandemic when they had the supposed UFO sightings, and then the aliens and that landed in Las Vegas. And, you know, so the conversation just keeps coming back around, keeps recycling one way or the other. And this time it just happened to come around through former President Barack Obama. So, you know, I don't know. I know I don't ever want to see one if they do exist. How about that?
Yeah,
you can keep it.
We'll leave it at that. That's
dealing with humans is enough.
Yeah. All right. In this case, I might as well talk about what's going on with chat dev.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Okay, so imagine that you want to build a game or some piece of software. What would you normally do?
Wait, imagine if I want to build a game.
Or some
ask me the
piece of
question
software.
again. I want to build a game.
A game or some piece of software.
What would I do?
What would you do?
Well, not knowing how to do it, I'd go to the internet.
Right. But
research.
you would hire a development company. Probably.
Absolutely, because I don't know how to put it together. I just have an idea.
Right.
Yeah.
So they built this thing called ChatDev that is an AI development company and is outdoing what a development company can do. And the way that it works is that it has collaboration that takes place across multiple fields. In the case of that, they even have board meetings and they have disagreements. Yeah, the AI has disagreements and they discuss which direction the game should go, just like a real game development team.
What? Oh my gosh. This is.
Yep.
Okay. So wait a minute. Yep. Wait a minute. Now we just got finished talking about extraterrestrial life. You know,
that's why I brought this up.
Outside of human life, and I mean, our real competition right now is AI, not aliens. But keep going.
Yep. So it's so surreal. It's so surreal. So essentially, in ChatDev, it kind of looks like The Sims. There's a designing team, a coding team, a testing team, a documenting team, a CEO, etc., etc. And each department, you watch all these characters running around, discussing with each other ideas, their disagreements. You can see a log of what happened during the day. And then
disagreements?
Yes. And once they've gone through all of this, at some point they have a game to develop to you, the client.
Really?
Yep.
Are they giving it like a turnaround time? Like
yes.
In 48 hours or
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So using natural language, you can then create what you need because there's a designing team with a CEO, a CPO, a CTO, a coding team with a CTO, so same CTO, the designer, the programmer, testing with the programmer, the reviewer, and the tester, documenting with the CTO, CEO, CPO, and the programmer. And then they're all discussing.
So, and what's the price? Are they discussing prices?
No.
I guess it depends.
Yeah. They'll discuss the price of development. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
But this thing is essentially free.
Is it?
Yeah. You can create your own. Yeah. As long as you know how to use GitHub and you can follow certain things and you can put it on PC or Mac or yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's open source.
So anybody can come up with a game.
Yes.
So you just present an idea and then
first
start working
you
with
need
them
to
from
get
there.
the ChatDev software on your device, on your computer.
Okay.
Once you figure out how to do that, then you just go and say, this is what I want you to build. And then it builds it. And then you watch all the drama taking place in the office while it's getting built.
Wow. I don't know, Techie. You know, and that's, you know, the good thing about keeping up with you is because you know so much that's going on in the tech world that, you know, is not necessarily making the headlines.
No.
You know, and so I'm literally hearing this stuff for the first time just in talking to you. And it's just like, good gracious, like everything is coming. I don't know. I want to say there's just so much coming out of the use of AI.
Yeah.
You know, and it just creates an unsettling reality to the replacement. They keep saying it's not going to replace humans, but you see how far developed these type of programs are when it comes to AI versus humans, and then what they can do, and then the similarities to human, you know, interaction, like board meetings and disagreeing and things like that. And, That's stuff that you see with human interaction, not necessarily AI. I'm thinking, why would AI disagree? But that's that, type of human interaction that, it's sort of imitating or emulating.
I mean, a 320-page book can now be written in 15 minutes.
So what about the authors? This brings me back to our conversation last week with the folks getting laid off at the Washington Post and all these journalists and stuff getting laid off. It's like, what happened? I thought that we needed authors for their creativity, and now not so much.
See, I'm going to read you directly from ChatDev's site, okay? ChatDev is a simulated AI town social environment consisting of 25 NPCs. So NPC is non-playable character. With independent consciousness, controlled players. All the roles can be customized. You can design a mathematician, a psychological analysis expert to solve various problems for you. You just need to define a reasonable prompt role definition, and then the map will be completely controlled by you.
Wow. I'm out. I'm not even going to say I'm outdone. I'm not outdone. I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I can say I'm impressed, but at the same time, weirded out a little bit, because you just don't know how far it's going to go.
Well, I'm telling you right now,
it's highly impressive.
But this is what I'm saying. Someone ran a social simulation where they went and they literally introduced one of the characters to go into mention, hey, go and do something for Valentine's Day. But what they didn't expect is that they ended up inviting the entire town to a Valentine's party. And the next thing you know, they never told them to do that. The various non-playable characters started partnering up and dating.
Oh, wow.
Nobody told them to date. There was no prompt to do that.
Really?
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, it's highly impressive, but at the same time, it's a little. I'm starting to become a little too impressed because it's just the development of the different things that they're coming up with that would take humans who knows how long. So that's a lot of time invested. That's a lot of money invested. Well, not so much when you're dealing with AI because, everything is cut in half, if even half, the time that it would take. So
yeah,
I don't know, but that's quite interesting though.
No, it's eliminating employees. Quite interesting. So there you go. So yeah, I think that's probably where we're gonna end in this case. I don't think there's anything else left to discuss as far as I'm aware.
No, just this last little tidbit, not to get into it too much, but the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's under fire because he was talking about, how he takes risks to put himself out there to research what's going on with the latest potential pandemics and things of that nature that can, cause harm to the nation. And, during one of the episodes that he was on a podcast, he said, I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. And it's just like, yeah, this just does not sound right coming from the Health and Human Services Secretary, that you used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. Okay, so the advocacy group Protect Our Care issued a one-word response, and that was resign. So, I mean, it just says that, he's highly unfit to lead a federal agency that is responsible for life and death public health decisions, and so you just got to be careful, if that was your past. He said he's been sober for 40 years, so, want to include that information as well. But you just have to be careful and not so cavalier with information that you put out there because, again, back to being unsettled and unnerving and, that's not That's not good. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear that the Health and Human Services Secretary takes health very seriously. And not to say that he doesn't, but you don't couple that with saying, hey, I'm not scared of germs. I used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. I mean, you take cocaine in one instance and then you take toilet seats in another. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So
I'm just hoping whatever he said doesn't poison like the whole idea of actually cleaning up our food for once and taking out all the chemicals. Like that's the problem is that then that makes that statement not look as important as it actually is. Just like, hey, let's, because he does mention that about healthy food and getting those chemicals out, et cetera, which is the first time anybody's done anything like that.
Yeah.
What a contrast.
Yeah. So you know, stick to the, don't focus so much on your past and trying to impress us with, you know, hey, you know, I can do anything. Hey, look at me. No.
Work on the lane of just, here's the list of chemicals that are hurting our bodies that are in our food now.
Yeah.
That we're removing. That's it. That's your job.
Because the list of chemicals that you had from cocaine to toilet seats, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's drugs and germs. It's just a lot. So yeah. So we're gonna
wow.
End it right there on that note.
See, I was gonna end on the apocalypse of AI, but you know what? You totally one-upped it. I mean, what can I say? No, I definitely have to log off. Now I'm done. I have nothing left. That's, oh my goodness.
Yeah. This is a good point to log off. For sure.
Oh my God, logging off. See you later.
All right, I'll talk to you next week. Logging off.
All right, bye.
Boot it up, don't crash your day. Wi-Fi's moody, that's okay. Coffee's loading, brain still lagged. Callie's logged in, Techie's tagged. We're logging in with Callie and Techie. Culture, Techie talks, Techie stories, culture updates too. It's logging in, brought to you. System ready, slightly unstable. You're logging in 404. Boredom not found. You're logging. Best show around. Don't crash today.